Dang it. Oh, I am supposed to be doing this right now. Hi, my name is Terence Rushin, and this is Rushing Through Shows. I'm not supposed to be talking about Mario Kart right now, but I also kind of am, because I am talking about Logic on the Everybody's Tour, July 30th, 2017 at the Coca-Cola Roxy. I am a big fan of his whole vibe. He's very into the nerd and geek culture. He has a song called Super Mario World, for crying out loud. So usually at concerts, the industry standard for shooting photography in the pit is you get 3 songs, and that is usually the first 3 songs of each act. Typically, sometimes you get the first 2 songs, sometimes you get 1 song, but usually after the first 3 songs, you've got to get up out of the pit. And going as a photographer, going into the photo pit with that mind state, you've got to be able to think about what kind of shots you want to get, how you're going to get them, and think about the time that you have to get those kinds of shots. And it can be difficult when you're dealing with somebody that you've never photographed before. Now, this is my first time photographing Logic in concert, and I quickly found out that he is a very high energy, very animated artist. And that proved to be a problem to me at first, because I caught a lot of this and motion blur, because he was so fast. Like, it was literally like chasing lightning. I really had to adjust my settings really quick, try to figure out what worked and what didn't work. And you're doing this all while the song is going on, and you're practically, your timer is ticking down to the time that you have to leave the photo pit. You know, after the second or third song, I finally was able to get a rhythm and see how Logic performed, and was able to capture some good shots of him in that aspect. And every now and then you'll get an artist whose publicist is cool with you photographing the entire show, and usually when that happens, you don't know like what's gonna happen. You're always in for a treat. For me, it was an opportunity to get like a good variety of shots, trying to get crowd reactions. This was a good moment that I really liked, because everybody in the whole building had their hands up, and Logic had them all jumping up in the air at the same time. And I juxtaposed this shot with a closer shot, just this sea of hands everywhere. And this is one of the main things that I really miss about shooting concerts, is just everybody in sync and everybody in harmony, and everybody loving the music at the same time. He was really into crowd participation and interacting with the fans. He would literally just point at the fan and be like, hey, you, this song is for you. And getting that fan's reaction, just losing it, is really priceless at the same time. So normally, after I've gone through that mental checklist in my head, and I've gotten all the shots that I want to get, you know, I pack up my gear and start to head out the door. And just as soon as I did that, I overhear, as I'm like literally 1 foot out the door, oh, we're about to play some Mario Kart, and everybody's going crazy. And I'm like, oh, Mario Kart, you say? And you hear again, he's like, oh yeah, I got somebody here, Lil Yachty, what's up? And everybody's just losing it, and I literally had to book it to the stage and pull out my camera at the same time to try to get Lil Yachty coming out and being handed a controller, because they're about to race right there on stage in front of everybody cheering them on. And you know, it was really a good vibe all around. Like, they were into it, like they were just chilling in the living room racing. The DJ was commentating the whole time, screen behind them with the live feed of the race, and they've got a TV on stage that they're just zoned into. And it was a really close race, but at the last minute Logic pulled it out the bag and he won the race, and there was nothing but love on stage, and it was a very memorable concert going experience. And it's really great that artists find different ways to keep engaged with their fans and to play to that fan base and what they really are into. And Mario Kart, for me, that's something I grew up on, and being able to see that like at a show, I've never seen that before. I was really able to connect to that. And you know, going back to this photo again, when I was able to get into the groove of Logic's movements on stage, I was able to capture, this is my favorite shot from this show. So yeah, being able to be in the zone, being mindful of the time that you're given, because you're usually only giving 3 songs, sometimes even less than that, and just being aware of your surroundings and making sure that you're able to capture anything that can happen at any moment. That is one of the prime objectives, goals, duties of being a photographer.